Hey buddy, hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Lelldorin. In this episode, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to go over the new artifacts that are going to be available in Destiny Rise of Iron coming up soon. Now, these artifacts are going to be pretty ridiculous, man. They're going to kind of change the way the game is played. These artifacts, what you'll do is you'll get them from doing quests throughout the game. With Rise of Iron, you'll get them pretty much every day. You can go out and do some things and get these. They've only released some information. You get these parts, and you can get these artifacts as rewards for doing these quests. Now, there's 8 possible ones. You can switch in and out. You can give them to different characters, and they will kind of replace some of the perks on weapons and armors right now, making some weapons almost negligible as far as use. So, anyway, a couple of ones we're going to have first off. I'm super excited about Rise of Iron. I have been playing Destiny since beta and since alpha, actually, and I love this game. I mean, you guys can check my channel. I know you know this. So, first things first, a couple of things from the first one. We're going to have stuff like the Memory of Radagast. Now, it's described as being first among equals. Radagast the Titan was the King Arthur of the group and strode into battle with a mighty sword in hand. His artifact adds a new ability for sword-heavy weapons, letting you reflect energy-based projectiles, including everything from an ogre's blast to a crucible opponent's rockets. Now, this is going to be stupid. To be able to use, I'm assuming you can even use a purple sword, so you don't have to use an exotic, but to be able to reflect a rocket back or reflect an ogre's blast, or what if you can reflect, you know, those stupid little, the Vex that are taken and they shoot those freaking energy projectiles at you, or the captain, when he shoots it, and that thing comes out at you, can you reflect that back? Because this is going to be ridiculous. I mean, you could take out almost a whole group if you're doing good in Trials of Osiris. I mean, you're going to see videos of people doing some crazy stuff with the Memory of Radagast. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't use sword often, but something like this, I might use the sword way often. Because do you have to have energy on your sword, or can you just use the hilt? Like, this is going to be interesting to see what people do with this and how raids are changed because of this. I mean, what about oh my god, Golgoroth? Can you reflect Golgoroth's projectiles, like back at him with this sword, if you're using this? What if you get a whole team? What's going to happen? This is going to be insane. This is going to be probably one of the most used. I've read through the 8 of them. This will probably be one of the most used just because I feel like it's going to be one of the most fun things to test what you can send back. And, I mean, do you have to be, like, accurate? Like, if somebody sends a rocket at you with tracking, does it track on the way back? Or do you have to, like, aim it? Is it kind of like Rocket League, where you got to aim the ball? You got to kind of like hope you're aiming in the right direction, like directly back at them, or like Genji, you have to like have the bullets go straight back. Because either way, this is gonna be something that's gonna be really fun to play with, especially if they introduce custom maps on Destiny. Oh my God, could you imagine being able to kill your friends with this damn thing constantly over and over and over again? If only one of you on each, or even if all of you are allowed to use it, and you shoot back their sword projectile with your sword projectile. What? This is gonna be. What, can they go back and forth? Oh my God, my brain is going 100. Can you play tennis? Like, what if you shoot the lightning sword, the arc sword's projectile out, and then block it and send it back, and then they block it and send it back, and then you block it and send it back, and then they block it and send it back? Can we play tennis? It'd be like Pong! This could be so much fun. My brain is going crazy. Okay, so next one. Memory of Perun. The field commander of the Iron Lords was a consummate strategist. I don't know why I said that way. And her situational awareness went beyond even fellow hunters. If you bear her artifact in the battle, then enemy guardians with full supers are highlighted yellow, and all enemies with low health are highlighted red for easy targeting. This is going to change the way a lot of people do Crucible, because no longer will you be scared when a Titan's just running at you. I mean, you kind of still will, because they might freaking shoulder charge you, but you won't worry about them doing the Titan smash. You'll know if they have high supers and they're coming around the corner, you can take off running. If you see a hunter running into a group, you know he's probably going to hit Blade Dancer. If you see, I mean, here's the other thing. Is this going to work through walls? Because that would be really interesting too. And the other thing is, highlighted red, Rock Lee isn't going to take all my kills anymore, because I'll know who to shoot at first. So no more assists. Yeah, because my assist rate is really high. So this is going to be really interesting and crucial, because you'll know who to kind of shoot at first. You take out the low health ones and take them down to reduce the amount of incoming damage, obviously. And if you see people with supers come, like if a Warlock's coming running in, you know he's probably a Void Walker. Or he's going to do freaking his arc crap and drop his, my eye is burning, and drop his crap down landfall and kill the entire group. So this could be super helpful if you have like one, especially if you're in a full group and everybody's communicating. If you have one guy in your group bearing the Memory of Perun, which means using the Memory of Perun, that could, and you just call out who's got what. That's going to change all of the strategy, especially in something like Trials of Osiris, because you'll know when they have their supers and when they don't. So this could be really, really great for situational awareness, just like it says, for Crucible things. Now, next is going to be the Memory of Lelldorin. Now, the Memory of Yolder is going to have a particularly close companion of Saladin. Ooh. Yolder was a mighty Titan champion who ran bravely into battle without a thought for her own safety. Her artifact bears an ability that many players have longed for since the game's launch. The ability to completely eliminate sprint cooldown, allowing your Guardian to ceaselessly charge ahead. Now, I kind of hate that this is even a necessity, because to me, when I want to run, I freaking run. It's not like I mean, unless I sprint or run 100 meters. And even then, I mean, if I sprint 100 meters, I'm but if something's chasing me or I'm trying to kill somebody who just killed my friend, you better damn believe I'm going to sprint when I want to. So this, I think out of the ones so far, is going to be used the least. Maybe in PvE, it could be handy because, like, you could just run and slide shotgun, get up and run. And, I mean, that could be pretty good in PvP, too, because if you're a running gunner, if that's your playstyle, or if you teleport and shotgun slide, this could change the way you play because you don't really have to worry about it. And I guess also if you're a striker titan, it could really low down the cooldown for your shoulder charge. But I'm not sure about the Memory of Yolder. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of this one. And take into account all of them. If you had all 8 of these, would you use that one? And why? So leave a comment down below if you think that's one of them. Next is going to be the Memory of Stillamar. Stillamar was proud, wrathful, and brilliant, and the architect of the Iron Temple that sits atop Fellwinter Peak. He was a defense-oriented titan, always looking for a way to offer better protection. As such, his artifact provides a unique ward, the ability to dramatically reduce any damage inflicted through damage over time effects. It should be welcome deterrent, especially since the infamous Thorn, which if you guys haven't heard, little drop if you haven't seen any other information at all until now, they're bringing back the Thorn, and you can get a new one, and you can use it in Iron Banner. And it's not going to be like 160. It's going to be light level where you are now. So it's going to be returning for year 3. So this could be really good because if you go into Iron Banner, if you go into Trials of Osiris, and every freaking body on the other team has the Thorn, you can put this sucker on and it'll help out. But other than that, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe in some raids, if there's a boss that puts dots on people, this could help because it can make you last longer. Maybe if you're trying to get some of those chests, like there's a couple chests in the Dreadnought, that there's that damage over time. I mean, this is a very situational artifact. This is something that I think you'll switch in and out of, sort of like Memory of Yolder. It won't be I'm wearing this all the time because it's my favorite. It's more like, okay, these 6 of these freaking guys have Thorn on. Let's throw on a Memory of Stillamar. So for that one, I think that one's going to be super situational. Once again, comments down below. What do you think of those first 4 and these next 4? Like, do you think Memory of Stillamar is something you're going to have on all the time? Do you think Memory of Yolder is going to be something you're going to have on all the time? Or are you going to prefer to use something else, like the Memory of Radagast or the Memory of Perun? Now, the next 4 are going to be fantibulous. The first one's the Memory of Fellwinter. The great enigma of the Iron Lords. Fellwinter was an Iron Lord with good intentions, but sometimes questionable and unusual ways of interacting with the light. The Warlock discovered the mountaintop retreat that would become the Iron Lord's home. His artifact offers the most dramatic gameplay modifier. Lose your super, but gain an extra grenade and melee charge, a boost to all your stats, and orbs recharge your grenade and melee ability. This could be game changing because honestly, supers are situational. But if you have a bunch of melees and they recharge faster, and you're faster, and you regen faster, and you can take more damage, this is something that could be a lot of fun to play with. And it could be really interesting to use. I think I'd have to play with this a lot because, I mean, honestly, as a Warlock, if you're a Sunsinger, this would negate the use of Sun Singing. I mean, unless you like to revive and blind people, but you would get extra grenades. You wouldn't have to use that. You get extra slaps, so you could use a different piece of armor instead of having to use the Claws of Amkar to get the extra slap. And you would just be tossing grenades willy-nilly. So this could be fun for certain subclasses, and it could be completely useless for others. So make sure you leave comments down below on what you think of Memory of Fellwinter. Next, Memory of Galleon. The hunter named Galleon may have been a sullen pessimist, but few doubted his assessments of the situation on the ground, no matter how dire. Guardians that wield his artifact gain detailed radar at all times, so third eye. The radar persists when aiming even primary weapons. So this gives you third eye on anything. This would be really good for people that like to snipe. If you have a sniper rifle that you love, but it doesn't have third eye. If you like to use far-ranging, like use scout rifles, you like to use long-scoping auto rifles. This could help a lot. What the hell was that noise? Did you hear that? Beep. Anyway, this could help a lot in PvE. This could be something, same thing, is kind of situational. Like if you're sniping, this might be something you'd want to use over the other artifacts. If you like using scout rifles and kind of hanging back, this could be something you want to use over other artifacts. And it would be super helpful in PvE because no one's ever going to sneak up on your butt. So this one could be another situational one. It wouldn't be something to have on all the time, but it would be super handy to have on for almost any kind of situation because you always know what's going on around you. Especially when you pull out a heavy, like I've seen people with heavy rockets and just holding the rocket launcher. Well, there's more on their shoulder. They're holding the rocket launcher, and I sneak up on them from the side and kill them, and that would make them turn and kill me with a rocket so instead of dying. Okay, the next one's going to be the Memory of Scory. If Radagast echoes the legends of Arthur, then Scory is Merlin. This legendary battle bard and warlock inspired her allies with songs and wisdom. Guardians who follow her in her footsteps use her artifact to glow with an inspirational light that speeds up super recharge of all nearby allies. This paired with other people's abilities could be dumb. This could make it where, man, have you ever been in Crucible and the other team is just freaking chaining supers over and over and over and over and over and over again? Or in the Trials of Osiris, if you got one person with this thing on and they're recharging their supers over and over and over and over again, it depends on how fast the recharge is. If it's like 20, 30%, that's pretty significant. If it's 10 or 15%, I don't know if that's really worth it. But having something like this on your team paired up with that other one, the one if somebody, blah, 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 the Memory of Jolder, is that the one? No, the Memory of Perun, because these are more like strategic things to have. If you have one of your allies with this, one of your allies with the Memory of Perun, so they can tell you who's got what supers and you're recharging your supers faster, this could be something you want to use for your team instead of for yourself. So this one could be really interesting to have on a team. If you had somebody on your team with this, and you're popping bubbles over and over and over again, or you're shooting hammers over and over and over again, or you have somebody with golden gun over and over, or blade dancing, God, over and over and over and over again, this could be a lot of fun to use in Crucible. I don't see it maybe in Raids it could work out well too, but in Crucible this could be done. Now the very last one is the Memory of Timur. If you remember Timur's Lash, it's got the hand cannon. It was one of my favorite weapons in year one. Creepy and misunderstood, Timur's warlock powers and demeanor almost recall those of controlling necromancer. Guardians willing to flirt with Shadow can take up Timur's artifact and transform their melee attack, giving it a chance to turn low-power minions of darkness into allies. These enemy creatures fight at your side, turning their weapons on confused fellow aliens. Another melee a few seconds later puts them back in their right mind, or the effect expires after 30 seconds. This could be a lot of fun in PvE, obviously, because you can't use it in PvP. And in Raids, this could be really interesting, too. If you had a full team of Warlocks running around a raid, just slappy-dapping, all kinds of different enemies. Here's the thing, though. If the creatures you slap take friendly fire, this could be kind of a waste because your friend, unless you're like really communicating, because your friends aren't going to know what's a good guy and what's a bad guy, and then you're like slapping stuff, and then they turn, and then all of a sudden they die, and it's a waste. So I mean, this could be it depends on how this is used. This could be a lot of fun to use in a raid, you know, to turn an enemy, so it helps clear a wave of mobs, or if like you're doing pretty much any kind of PvE stuff, and you jump into a group of enemies, you just slap one of them, and then start shooting the rest. This could be a lot of fun to play with. I feel like this will be something that'll be more like an accessory, something you just like put on when you're running around and just having a good time and you want to show your friends stuff or just confuse people, or, you know, just doing some quests. I think the Memory of Timur would be really fun. It wouldn't be one of the first ones I went for, but I think it would be a lot of fun in PvE, and it'd be really interesting to have a full group of people with this on it just to, like, play around. Could you imagine a whole group of different thralls rushing at you and you slap one of them and then jump off? You just watch the melee happen below you. Or in that one mission in the beginning when they all come running at you, we released the hive, or we've woken the hive, and there's 3 guardians, and they run in and slap 3 thralls, and then you'd all jump away and see how long those 3 thralls can last. Obviously 30 seconds, but if they can last the entire 30 seconds, that'd be kind of cool. So which one of these 8 artifacts are you most looking forward to? If you could pick to have one of these first, obviously, I mean, you might be able to choose which one you get first, and you might have to just kind of hope and pray that you get the parts for the one you want first. But which one are you going for? Which one are you most excited for? Which one do you think is the dumbest? Which one do you think you will never, ever freaking use? Leave your comments down below, because I'm excited about this, man. Especially the fact that we're getting Thorn. They're introducing the Kalistov. If you remember the first auto rifle in the game, and supposedly there's rumors flying around about this. There's 100 different combinations you can supposedly make with this gun. They're changing the way the exotics work with the new Kalistov. I think they're calling it the AR-22 or something like that. What's going to happen is you pick your perks. You choose what kind of auto rifle do you want as your exotic. Do you want it to have a high rate of fire and low damage? Do you want it to have perfect balance? Do you want it to have, like, what do you want? You'll get to pick the perks on this weapon. and there's supposedly over 100 different combinations. This is going to be really interesting. This iron, this new Rise of Iron, is going to change Destiny in ways I think we've been looking forward to for a very long time. Now, hopefully the story's there, because that's the one thing I've been really hoping for a very long time, because I'm really getting tired of reading Grimoire cards. They annoy the living piss out of me. So, that's some of the new things coming out for the Rise of Iron. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of different than most stuff I do. I did enjoy making it, and I do enjoy looking things up, and I do really enjoy kind of doing research on this sort of stuff, and I'm really excited for the Rise of Iron. So if you guys are excited for Rise of Iron, make sure you do a shout out down below, leave some credit where credit is due, because I did do a little bit of work for you guys to do this, and I'm really excited about having you guys in Rise of Iron playing with me. So until next time, it's Lelldorin signing off. Be sure to join me every single day, same Lelldorin time, same Lelldorin channel, but until then, get out of here, guys. I got more stuff to do for you. See you again soon. Bye. Hey,